Welcome back, people of YouTube. I am back for another review, so stick around till the end and get ready to fight for Gondor. I'm your host, Saber Planet Entertainment, and this is Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. Don't go away. So here we are. This is my third Lord of the Rings GameCube game in the most recent bit, coming from Two Towers to The Return of the King to now The Third Age. And I gotta say, The Third Age plays a hell of a lot different than the past two.
In The Third Age, you swap the classic GameCube-style beat-em-up game for a turn-based RPG. At first, I was like, okay. How is this gonna go? But then I was like, okay, this has some promise to it. Now, I really would like to jump right past gameplay into presentation, but we're in gameplay, so let's get to this. It's a very simple game. You do two things: explore a bit, finding a few chests along the way, and inevitably running into a lot of battle sequences. The exploring part, you really don't do a lot, and even in the fights, it is a 20-hour game where you do two things the entire way. There's no change up. Your squad of eventually 6 learn new attack moves and certain abilities, but I can see definitely where some people would be a little bored at the 5, 10, 15-hour mark, where some people would be bored.
I will give credit where credit is due. The upgrade system and the XP system, they're pretty good, right? So the XP system, because you only can get 3 fighters in at the same time for a fight, when you have 6 squad mates, that leaves 3 out. So it could be an XP imbalance, but after you finish the fight, the 3 that were in the fight get the bulk of the XP, but the 3 that were out of the fight do get a share of the XP, so it's not a huge experience gap if you favor it to some people.
Here we are for gameplay, 57 out of 100. Pros, decent XP and upgrade system, and for cons, it's a bit repetitive and not much variance. I'd give it pretty low on gameplay because every time you load up the game, there's only 2 things you know you're going to do. It's literally only 2 layers of depth for gameplay, and there's not a lot there for story, so there's not much I can do. But moving on to presentation.
So, this is what I've been personally waiting for presentation. I had so much fun with this game because of the presentation. It never got repetitive because of the presentation.
The movesets are godly. Like, the way your guys attack are insane, and it's just so fun to play with, and it's just beautiful and gorgeous to look at. In The Third Age, I honestly cannot describe it enough. So I'll show you. Just take a look at some of these movesets. They're just so cool. Two small things I would like to give The Third Age credit for is the fact that whenever you equip armor on your characters, they show up with that armor in the cutscenes, which is pretty cool for a GameCube era game. And I would also like to say that the voice acting is actually pretty decent. But if there was ever a dark horse category, what I'm about to talk about next would win. You see, throughout the game, you get movie edited scenes with a Gandalf voiceover. And I can't even tell you how much this carries the story in the game. And I'll talk about it more in overall impact, but it really gets you into the Lord of the Rings lore. I'll show you a quick clip here, but you get 109 of these throughout the game. Okay, 20-hour game, you get 109 different Gandalf talking scenes with the movie scenes behind it. It's really cool, and it just really carries the game in a way that I didn't expect.
You have traveled far, Berethor, to the ruins of Gondor's once proud capital, Osgiliath. The men of Gondor are valiant, but they are outnumbered in the contest to come. You aid their cause with warriors and artifacts from the north. Bravery will not be enough against the Dark Lord this time. Sauron opens wide his gates and sends forth a great and terrible horde. Events I hope set in motion force his hand. He strikes early, but we must stop him at Minas Tirith. His first waves already stir the Anduin. Hurry to the river, Berethor. There you will find your final test.
Here we are, presentation 100 out of 100. It's been a while since I gave out a 100, but pros, the movesets are gorgeous, scenes from the movie really carry, and good voice acting, which is surprising. No cons, of course, for 100 out of 100, but it, like, no joke. I've never been more surprised by a game's presentation than by the Third Age. So it was really good. But moving on, final category, overall impact.
I will start overall impact by saying I think the Third Age is not a great game. I think it's a good game. But personally, it's one of the most fun games I've ever played on GameCube.
The Third Age is so fun. I mean, 20-hour GameCube game, from the first time I used a moveset to the last time I used a moveset. Every time it felt powerful and fresh. And I gotta say, Elagos, if you don't know, it's the arrow archer dude. He's one of the coolest guys I've ever seen in a game, where when you end up starting looting and you'll eventually come across hoods that go down over his eyes, he looks incredibly cool. I mean, he looks like he'll just kick your ass out of nowhere. He'll just like destroy the entire field with one arrow. So that's pretty much it. There is one other thing, but it is pretty short for the overall impact category. But again, you only do two things. And if you like them, you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's pretty much as simple as that. But the one bonus thing I would like to say is that from the 3 Lord of the Rings games I've played, the Third Age is the best Lord of the Rings game for the movies. Like, it's the best game in the movie because it utilizes the actual lore and real story of the Lord of the Rings movies very well. I really don't get into the lore in the Two Towers or the Return of the King, but in the Third Age, I really felt it. I gotta say, those movie scenes with Gandalf really carry this game.
To Rivendell, the elves called the greatest of all races. With them came Boromir, son of Gondor's steward. And there, at the Council of Elves, a great and desperate plan was conceived. Join us in our quest.
Here we are, overall impact 97 out of 100 pros. Great fun. No other way around it, in my opinion. It utilizes the Lord of the Rings lore better than any of the other GameCube games Lord of the Rings I've played. Any Lord of the Rings game I've played in general. But before we move on to the actual score of the Third Age, I gotta give a huge shout out to another channel, Loopy Long Plays. Incredible guy, incredible channel. If you're a fan of games, go to his channel. He's played a lot of games. It's amazing, and huge thanks to him letting me use his footage for my reviews, because I have no way of recording straight off my GameCube, so his channel allows me to, and it's amazing. And here we are, 8.5 out of 10 for Lord of the Rings: The Third Age, 57, 197. All boils down to an 8.5 out of 10. So that's it. All 3 Lord of the Rings games for GameCube are officially done. And it was extremely fun changing up styles of games from one to the next, really immersing myself in the lore. I'm not really sure what series I'll look at next, but I'm sure I'll find one. But for now, I'm your host, Saber Planet Entertainment, and I hope you enjoy this review. Peace. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video. If you want to support my channel, make sure to like and subscribe for future videos. I cover all areas of entertainment, from books to movies, TV shows, and games, all the above. And if you're really dedicated, I do have my Patreon links in the description. Anything that's donated to my channel in any way necessary, half of it is going back to charity because it's the least I can do. So hopefully you enjoyed the video and have a great day. Peace.